What's up, guys, and welcome back. So it looks like Ratchet TV Mondays has returned with Love and Hip Hop Atlanta Season 10, Episode 1. Stay tuned to the other side and we'll get right into it.
Give me the music. Give me the music.
And you know what? That was just the beginning.
So this episode starts off with Yandy and her transition from New York to Atlanta, specifically because I'm assuming the Breonna Taylor situation. And then also, it looks like Mandisi wanted to move the family out of New York, out of that environment and into a new environment. He probably cooperated or something like that. So he doesn't want the kids around those types of people, which I completely understand. They're apparently in a suburban neighborhood. And then also we have Yandy's father, who we are introduced to. I find it interesting that this is like the most the cameras have been in Yandy's home. I've seen her home in New York, but to have like all this family, you know, they're in the kitchen, they're kicking it. I'm assuming, you know, the home in Atlanta is a lot nicer than the home in New York. So we're introduced to young baby Tate. She is the daughter of Dion Ferris. Dion is an artist from the 90s. She released a song called Hopeless, and I believe most of us, especially us millennials and older, would probably know that song right when we hear it. It's a very beautiful song. It was actually on the soundtrack of The Love Jones, so check that out on YouTube if you want to know who her mom is. She definitely probably would be considered a one-hit wonder, but for me, I feel like, just like Kaya says, bitches are dying for that one hit, that stick like grits, and her daughter is kind of throwing her under the bus in a way, because she's talking about, well, my mom only has one Grammy, I want two. Like, girl, like, this isn't a competition with your mom. Like, get into it. And I don't even know who you are. I don't even know your music. Like, you're performing with sunglasses on top of your head like you're some tourist or something like that. Like, the gown or the dress was really, really cute with all the rhinestones or the crystals that were, you know, dangling from. But those glasses, I hate when people wear glasses on top of their, like, are you like visiting from another state, or like, what are you? I don't get it. Like, you're either gonna wear the glasses or you're not. We move on to a scene with Sierra, Bambi, and what's that girl's name? Erica Mena. And apparently all the girls are doing really well financially, apparently, just from the houses that they're showing us, as well as the cars that they're rolling up in. Looks like everybody's doing really good. I'm sure they took part on that PPP situation last year. So Erica Mena gets into conversation about her relationship with Safari and how he basically has neglected her family. And I'm just like, girl, like, did you really think that having a baby by this man and getting married by him would improve your relationship? Did you ever think he was not cheating on you, or did you think he stopped? Like, it's Safari, and he's got that big old thing in his pants. Do you really think that young man is ready to settle down with 2 children and a wife and chill out? Hell no. Bambi is pregnant again. They are on their 3rd child, and Bambi looks really good pregnant. She's a little upset with Scrappy that he isn't useful or helpful around the house with, you know, lifting things and stuff like that. But again, like, did you think he was going to be that person? Hello? Rashida, that man still don't want you. So Rashida is in the bed with her husband Kirk, and Carter walks in, and Kirk is completely distracted by Carter's presence. He wants him to enter the room and be involved, and it's only because he don't want to deal with you. He doesn't want to deal with you. I think in past seasons, it's been made very clear that you guys have several businesses. You guys are building an empire. And I feel like because of that, you, Rashida, doesn't want to divorce this man who clearly wants nothing to do with you. You know, it's very obvious when a man doesn't want that alone time with you, or that cuddle time. Like, I don't get it. Like, you like making yourself look stupid all over again, and it's very cringy. It's super cringy watching Rashida and Kurt. And it has been for a very long time. And I've actually fast forwarded through scenes of them, because it's just like, girl, what are you there for? He doesn't, I don't know if he wants another man, or if he wants like a younger woman or something like that. But it's clear to me he doesn't want her. So what's up? Like, why are you still trying to like pull the wool over our heads and make us think something that is not true? Sierra with this badass wig. Why Sierra dressed like an old woman sometimes, and then she dressed like a stripper or a hooker or something? Like, I'm gonna post 2 pictures of Sierra, and she has like real old or real like cheap. Like, But anyways, she's at the jewelry store apparently pawning off her engagement ring to BK, and she's purchasing jewelry for her sister and herself and another person that they're with, and she's talking about a relationship with BK. And again, Sierra, like, did you think he wasn't cheating on you anymore? Cardi Red brought 2 women for a sit down with you, and then another woman appeared. Like, did you really think that BK was no longer cheating? Or was this a storyline? I'm curious. Like, was this just like a part of your storyline? Are you playing with love, or are you serious about this relationship with you and BK? I'm totally confused. I'm completely confused, and I just want some clarity, because I don't think he ever stopped cheating on you. Like, I don't. We go into Yandy at the studio with Young Jock, and she's there to talk about the Breonna Taylor situation and, you know, the protests that were happening in Kentucky at that time. I think that it was owed to us as a community for networks like Bravo and VH1, as well as MTV, to document this time in American history, because it affected Black people in such a way. And these networks really have Black people almost by the necks, because they have some of the most ratchet TV moments known to man. And, you know, a lot of their audience consists of us, and they target us. So I think it was imperative that they included the civil rights activism amongst the cast members in these TV shows. And I love the fact that Yandy, even though I don't like Yandy, I feel like Yandy is as crooked as her mouth is. You know what I'm talking about with Yandy's mouth? It's like it goes to the side. Like, she's crooked to me. She's like, Yandy is like, I don't know, she's shady as fuck. Like, she's like one of those people that throws something and then she's like, wait, what happened? That's Yandy to me. I'm not with her, but, you know, she's being an activist, and she is showing us a side of herself that is very resourceful as far as contributing to injustices in our community. Black people, you do not ask anybody a question. You don't do that. You ask a person a question. Safari, like, you should know better. And then back to Sierra, honest is not a word. The word is honest. Like, I feel like Nene, what's her face? Marlo and Sierra get the word honest incorrect every time. Honest is not a fucking word. Get it right. Safari, you're married to a woman calling you a bitch ass nigga, and she isn't Black? Erica isn't Black, so why is she saying the N-word? Sierra meets BK at his clothing shop, and apparently she's there to shop and to bring closure in their relationship. They're not together anymore, and BK is refuting the fact that she cheated as well, which is what he's done in the past. I will say this. Number one, he never stopped cheating on you, Sierra. And number two, I feel like when a person gets cheated on so much and, you know, just completely lost all faith in the relationship, they start to you know, seek comfort in other people, and it's completely normal. And I think that's what Sierra has done. Sierra is looking for a man who's going to appreciate her for who she is, and with the level of fame that I feel like BK has acquired from being on the show on the back of Sierra, the public recognition, you know, when he's out and about, I think it's impossible for him not to drift off. He's a young man, he's very handsome, you know, and young girls, especially hookers and whores, are always okay with breaking up or fucking up a relationship. So he's just a part of that culture, and I don't know, I just think it's a bit naive to think that a man of his age is ready to settle down and, you know, be committed to a woman who sometimes dresses like she's 65. So we move into the scene with Erica Mena and Safari, and they are in their home, and it brings me back to a few weeks ago when Wendy Williams was actually talking about the relationship, and Erica Mena was upset with the public because everybody was saying, you know, why would you have another baby by him when you're already having issues? And Erica has been extremely public about these issues on Instagram and social media and all that stuff. And she got really upset with Wendy and kind of, you know, clapped back at Wendy. But about a week ago or two, she's like, Wendy was right. You know, why are you putting this information out if you don't want people to judge you? You know, if you don't want to be married to this man, if he's not treating you the way that you feel like you should be treated, leave him. But we get to the scene, and I don't know about you, but I see a very shut down Safari. Safari isn't himself when he first met Erica or when he is around his friends and his boys and stuff like that. I feel like when we are in a relationship, especially when we're married, there should be a camaraderie, a collective understanding. And I feel like with those two, the chemistry and that understanding is completely abolished at this point. And to be quite frank with you, I don't understand why she married him in the first place. I personally don't get it. And I have other reasons why they should have married, but that's not my business right now. But, you know, it's just really interesting, and it's very cringy to watch them have this conversation because Safari is clearly shut down, and she is trying to, you know, bring some understanding to him about where she's coming from with the way she feels. And I totally get that. But at the same time, like, babies don't heal relationships. Babies don't mend marriages. And if you're having babies and think that, you know, that's going to happen, it's just like, girl, like, this has happened a million times over. We've seen women pregnant get left by their man in public. Tristan Thomas, hello. Like, so if you thought that was going to happen, you're wrong. You're wrong. And she shouldn't have married him in the first place. I feel like Erica Mena was passing a puss around to see who the highest bidder was. You know, she's been around the block a few times, which is very clear. But she was waiting for the highest bidder, and apparently at that time, and what made sense to probably Safari's storyline was to acquire her, and he probably assumed it was going to be peachy and you know, the Kardashian West type of situation, and it's not. And I don't feel sorry for her. I really don't. You know, I feel like a lot of times we put the onus on men when it comes to relationships not working. But when a man is clearly not faithful, even when you meet him, or when you see how a man treats other women, for instance, Scrappy and Bambi. Erica was Scrappy's first love. Did you see how he treated her on national TV for several seasons? And if Bambi thinks that's not going to happen to her, or if she thinks she's better than, or it's just not in her cards, she's sadly mistaken. She's sadly mistaken. I would never want to engage with a man who disrespects his ex in such a despicable way and think that he doesn't have the strength or the courage to treat me that way. And I think, you know, it's just starting to unfold for them, and we'll see what happens. So Erica storms off. She's pretty upset. She takes her mic off, and the only thing I can see in this whole like scene when she leaves is the carpet on the stairs. Like, who the hell has carpet up a staircase in 2021? No, ma'am. That's too much work. Anyways, that wraps up this episode of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta Season 10, Episode 1. It's been a pleasure reviewing this. I have been a watcher since the very beginning, and like many of the other shows that I'm reviewing on my channel right now, I just never review them. And now I'm like, let's get them out. Let's review them. Let's talk. Let's see what other people think. And I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving it. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please like it. If you enjoy my channel, please subscribe to it. And if you maybe don't think the same way that I do, or even if you agree with what I've said, just drop down in the comment section and let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will talk to you in a little bit. Bye.